Make a stimulating cayenne pepper tincture with the magical butter machine in 4 hours. Okay, I'm ready to make some cayenne pepper tincture. Now I want to really make this potent, so I'm using the African bird's eye pepper, which is really much hotter than our standard cayenne pepper you get in the grocery store. Use dried whole peppers, not the powder. Use cayenne peppers or chili peppers that are extra hot, at least rated 4 peppers hot. African bird's eye chili peppers, habanero, Thai chili, hot peppers, ghost peppers. These need to be the hot peppers, not what you get out of the grocery store. Now I'm using, on my homemade medicines, using the magical butter machine. I started out using the folk method, which is one part dried herb to 2 parts vodka. But so many herbs have different hydration methods and they weigh different. So here I started out with the 1/3 dried peppers to 2/3 vodka. And you can see I still have quite a bit of room to add. I let this set about 30 minutes to see how much it would hydrate. So I'm going to add another ounce to it. This cup is 2 ounces, so I'm just going to add about half of that. Stir it in. Now because this chops the herbs up as it goes, I have not chopped these or ground these up. Now if you were using the old-fashioned method where you put it in a jar and let it set for 3 to 4 weeks, you would go ahead and chop your herb up and just let the alcohol just barely cover the herb. But we're going to do this in 4 hours in the magical butter machine. Now the folk method is 1 part of dried herb to 2 parts vodka, and that's just a starting point. And for this magical butter machine, that's going to be 1 cup of the dried whole peppers and 2 cups of vodka. Now it looked like I really had that I could add more herbs to it, so I went back to the standard ratio, which is 1 to 5. That's 1 ounce of dried herb weighed to 5 ounces of liquid measure of vodka. Because the magical butter machine has a minimum of 2 cups, I tripled the recipe to 3 ounces of weighed dried herbs and 15 ounces of measured vodka. Okay. I'm just going to pour it in. Put the magical butter head on. Plug it in. I'm going to set it for 130 degrees. I'm going to set it for 4 hours. Now if this had been root, bark, anything just really tough, I would have done it for probably 160 in 8 hours. But on this I'm doing it at 130 for 4 hours. And we'll be back in 4 hours to strain it. 4 hours is up and I'm ready to strain this. Now just walking into the room, even though this is sealed, the fumes are whoa. The fumes are already making me start to cough. So you need to know when you get ready to do this, you want to open your doors up and get plenty of air. Okay, now because this grinds as it goes, this is really a mush. And it's going to take it a little while to drain. I've got my plunger here for the drainer, and it is... Now we're going to let this continue to drain, and then I'll put it in a dark colored dropper bottle, because this is powerful stuff. And you're only going to take, you're going to start out taking it only by a few drops at a time. Cayenne pepper capsicum, chili pepper is an amazing stimulating herb. It's used for cold and stagnant conditions. Use this tincture internally, cautiously, in very small amounts. Use it to increase circulation in the blood, increase mucus secretions, increase circulation to hands and feet, stimulate digestion for those with cold and stagnant digestion. I don't have to tell you, it helps declog stagnant congestion, and it supports the fever process. Use this tincture to increase the effectiveness of other herbs, increase blood flow to normalize blood pressure. Use as a mouthwash for gums and throat. Start with 3 to 5 drops to 1 cup of water and gradually increase the drops each day until you find what is right for you. Take a small sip and swish it around in your mouth before swallowing. This gives your stomach a heads up to prepare for the heat. Now, externally, cayenne pepper is used for pain and itching. Although most would make a salve or a lotion to rub on the affected areas, I prefer to pour mine into a roll-on bottle for joints and bruises. Salves and lotions would be better for broken skin like rashes and cuts and such. But be careful about getting cayenne pepper on your hands and then risk rubbing them on your eyes. Now, cayenne pepper used topically blocks pain by exhausting the pain-signaling the peptide substance P, but you would need to use it 2 or 3 days to get the full effect. Now, cayenne pepper tincture or the powder can be applied to cuts to stop the bleeding. Now, do not take this as medical advice, but this is why I keep a bottle of the cayenne pepper tincture in my medicine chest. Dr. John Christopher was famous for using cayenne pepper tea, 1 teaspoon of powder to 1 cup of water to stop heart attacks. Now, I would be using 1 dropper full of cayenne pepper tincture. Now, this is said to work because it opens the periphery capillaries, increasing circulation and decreasing the pressure on the heart from pooling of blood in the interior. Now, cayenne pepper is warm and drying, so if you are hot-natured and sweaty, this might not be right for you. Pregnant women should not take cayenne pepper in therapeutic amounts. If cayenne pepper increases or causes heartburn, either back off or not take it at all. I'm Carolyn Gibson at Carolyn Gibson Herbalist. And you might be an herbalist if you keep cayenne pepper in your medicine chest. Like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss any of these natural remedies.